Welcome to Deliciously Motivated Mindset, hosted by Deborah and Moira. This podcast is designed to help listeners unlock their full potential, both personally and professionally, so they can thrive, not just survive. Deborah and Moira explore how natural tendencies don't always serve individuals and provide insights on how to harness existing strengths. Their goal is to equip listeners with the habits, mindset shifts, and strategies needed for lasting, meaningful change. Finding purpose and fulfillment can be challenging, but this podcast offers expert conversations, practical advice, and valuable tools to help align with a true sense of purpose and create a more fulfilling life. So grab a notebook, open your notes app, and get ready to take in some game-changing insights. Let's dive in.
Welcome, dear listeners. Welcome, dear Deb.
Hi.
Hello, lovely. Here we are with another one of our deliciously motivated mindset conversations, podcast conversations. And this one, OMG. We actually have said the title quite a few times just because it feels so good.
Just before we start, what are we talking about this? Oh my God. And then, that's it. Randomly just appears again.
Learn to lighten your heart and lift your soul. Do you, like I said, just saying it feels like a warm, loving blanket of kindness that we can wrap ourselves up in. And let's face it, the times that we live in, this is a good conversation to have, lightening our heart and lifting our soul. And P.S., it is possible.
Yeah, I think that's the one. Is this possible? Yes.
Yes. Yeah. But before we get into teaching you strategies and ideas and tips to help lighten your heart and lift your soul, let's begin with bringing ourselves into some heart coherent breathing. And so I encourage you to place one or both hands over your heart, or you could even place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, and take a nice, nurturing, slow, long breath in, breathing in, intending that you're breathing into your heart space, and then a long, slow out breath through your mouth. Allowing yourself to slow everything down. Landing into this space and time, landing into your body. Take a nice deep breath. Feel yourself supported by whatever you're sitting or standing on. And find your natural rhythm of deep, long, slow breaths in and out. Pulling in whatever soothing, calming, nurturing energy that you need in this moment. Breathing it in, filling you up. And breathing out. And as you breathe out, intend that you're connecting with my energy, and you're connecting with Deb's energy, and connecting with the energy of all those listening to this recording, to this conversation, regardless of when or where. Time doesn't really matter. We can energetically connect at any time. And then taking another nice deep breath, just acknowledge that you can come back to this simple process anytime you need to calm yourself, soothe your nervous system, feel yourself grounded, feel yourself held and recognized. Just set that little commitment to yourself. And maybe even write that down to make sure that you remember that. You can come back to breathing in and out of your heart space, connecting your energy with loving souls all around this planet and beyond. And then coming back to the sound of my voice, grabbing your note-taking device. Let's get into talking about strategies and ideas to help lighten your heart and lift your soul. Of course, tip number one is remember to put your hand on your heart and take some deep breaths.
Yeah. Even just that alone, that tip alone or strategy is my go-to, because when I start getting discombobulated, it's just, okay, just hand on heart, just breathe, just breathe. and the crying stops, or the body starts feeling grounded, or I start feeling, I feel the ground
Yep.
on my feet over.
Yeah,
Does it make sense?
it does. Well, it's like because I do it all the time myself. What it does is it soothes the chattering mind, right? Because it actually
Yeah.
brings your awareness into your body, which actually
Present.
helps you. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
presence.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, right here. My head might have had me thinking, oh my God, I forgot this and I didn't do this and that. What about that? And what do yeah, but right here, right now,
This
all
is
is well.
and I guess that's the other thing is, what's important. One of the tips would be, what is this important right now?
Yeah,
And do I have time to put my hand on my heart? Yes.
of course you do.
I didn't even have to do a pause, by the way. I couldn't say that and have a pause in there. But this is it. This is just the quickest thing, being present right now. And when you can get that present in the hand on the heart, you don't have to ask yourself, what do I need to do next, or what's my next step, or who do I need to cross off my list, or whatever. But because when you're present, that clarity comes. And I
Yeah.
think that shuts down instantly your overthinking mind, which does light your heart up,
Yep.
and it does lift your soul, and you just feel differently
Hmm.
because that clarity does come. But clarity doesn't come when you are in the tornado, people.
Nope.
I wish it did, because there would have been a lot of clarity I've had the last 3 days. But it doesn't come. It only comes when you stop and you put your hand on your heart and you get really, truly present,
Yeah.
and you say, but you don't have to ask anything. It just comes.
It just comes. And the part of that too is that it calms your nervous system. That's the key issue
Mm,
here, is that
mm,
when you come into presence, you actually get the clarity that I am in the right place at the right time. Things are going in my favor. I can trust. And so that's the next tip, is that by doing those things, it actually helps you trust. I don't
mm.
have to see the next step.
Yeah.
I trust that all I have to do is take one step.
Yeah.
There's a quote, and I think I might have referenced this before on a previous conversation, is that as souls, we were never intended to see the entire path forward, just the next step.
Oh man. Oh, so all this fight for the next step is actually, for the next 2 steps, is just wasting my time. I find that out at 53 now. Great.
Dang it. But that's the thing, is that it can be a wee bit of a sense of I need to control everything. I need to see the entire pathway, the entire map. Well, maybe
Yeah.
we just need to put our hand on our heart and say, hey, let's just focus on what's right in front of me. And then the next what's right in front of me. Because it happened in the now, right?
Yeah, and also, when we think about what can you control,
Yeah.
just you and your breathing. That's
Yep.
all. Your mind and your emotions, just you. You can only control you. You can't control the sunlight. The
But and that's actually a really good one, because when you drop into that, what can you control?
Mm,
We can't control another's opinion or what other people will say or think or do or whatever. But what we can control is how we show up for it, how we interact with it, how we interpret it, how we say yes or no, right?
mm,
That's where our
yeah,
control is.
yeah. I
And
think.
it ripples out into the experience, right?
Oh, totally, totally. Well, the moment you actually, I say this often. I'm like forcing something to, and then you just suddenly like, oh, God's sake, I'm just going to let it. Just going to stop. I'm just going to stop. I'm going to surrender, or I'm going to let it go. Or whatever thought you're thinking of, I'm just going to stop.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it works, and you're like, what the heck? What the heck? And I'm a firm believer, and I have to have this slap often. It's not something that I'm a firm believer of it, but I still have to have the slap, is when you let that attachment go,
Mm.
that's when that attachment opens up and blooms. But it
Mm.
is when you're trying to micro control and, quality check everything and this, and it's not working, then the moment you let that control, or you just let the attachment go, it's like the universe goes, okay, she's ready now. And you're like, seriously? Seriously? It was that easy. I just needed to stop. And by the way, it happens to me often. I'll go, oh, just let it go. And then suddenly it happens. And I'm like, really? It wasn't that quick? Come on. Come on. At least give me a day of proving that you didn't work.
It's
Yeah.
really funny. Before we came into our conversation today, I had a conversation with a client, and we were talking about she keeps talking about all the times she procrastinates, she put things off, and then she
Oh,
gets really
yeah.
mad at herself. And so I said to her, I said, I can do that too, like, let's face it, this human life, there are mundane things that we don't really like doing, but we need to do it. And so I was saying to her, I don't know about you, but sometimes I can have this whole scenario set up in my mind of like, oh my God, this
Oh,
job sucks and I don't want to do it and it's going to take forever. And then when I go and do it, it's kind of like, huh, look at that.
that's so true though. The
Split
second you
second
do
it's
it,
done. Yeah.
you're like, I've got to do this task. It's going to take 4 hours. It takes
Yeah.
20 minutes. And you're
And it's
like,
20 minutes and you're like, oh, I have time to do another one.
and for the last 10 hours, I've overthought this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
only taken that. And you're like,
Yeah.
that happens. Yeah.
Yeah. So what my invitation to her was that to have three things on her list, but tell herself she was only really going to do one. And then if she did that one and then kind of said, oh gosh,
I've got
I,
a bandwidth for more.
I could do a bit more. I could maybe do task number two.
Oh, that's funny. It's true though. It's true. And then I go, Deborah, there must be a universal law. I can't even think what that universal. There must be a universal law about that. And I'm like, yep, you're going against universal laws. This is not just you, Deborah. You're going against the way the world works. I'm like, okay. Yeah, it
Well,
is.
that kind of makes me think of that saying that says we make plans and God laughs.
Oh yeah, that would be
Right? So we plan that this task is going to be so arduous and such a problem and so discombobulating. It's going to take 6 hours. And God laughs and says, haha, it's only going to take you 10 minutes.
yeah, yeah. I'm actually writing that one down because that is one that just does crack me up. I'm just like, yeah, you're right. Yep. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Yep. So that's why I'm saying it, that really does ask of us to surrender. Like, I'm locked in my head. Oh, okay. So how to lighten your heart and lift your soul is to come into the wisdom of your heart and
Yeah.
allow that universal law or the
Yeah,
abundance or the creativity.
yeah,
It's there,
flow
right?
through. Yeah. I think I've been saying this often on my podcast, and on my podcast, on my Facebook lives, is don't take things personally. And I think it's these things that we have to remember. Oh, take things personally. Surprise, we're in
Or
our
agreement.
or agreements. But it is, learn to lighten your heart and lift your souls. Don't take things personally. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If
Yeah.
if somebody does something, it's not personal. It's just you. You have to you choose your day. You control your day. You choose your mood. You choose how you move. You choose what you say. Like you are the boss of you.
Yeah, there you go. You're the boss of you. No, it's
Just
so true. It's so
it is.
true.
And
And that
and yeah, go. Sorry.
I was just going to say is that kind of actually it was you that talked about this. You know that saying that says, "Are you a glass half empty or half full?"
I remember
Right?
that, Doug.
Yeah. But it's like, who cares if I am half empty or half full? Because there's a big water jug right there and I can fill it up.
Yeah,
So
that I know that it, but even just that is so well, there's a few things from that. There's, where did you get that information from? that you can't fill the whole cup up.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, is this an old-fashioned saying that's not true? Is this what your grandparents, ancestors 200 years ago have come about? Like, where is this, uh, you know,
Where's the foundation of it?
yeah, absolutely. Where is that thought process
Hmm.
right now? Yeah, and I think checking that source, that it's a belief system or a NBS, whatever,
Yes.
whatever that is, but checking that source, and is this true? Like, what are the facts here? Is this actually true? I think checking that, but also from that, be careful with the people around. I don't know if I can say be careful. That sounds watchful people. But
Mhm.
just be aware of the people around you, their intentions.
Right.
I think that's the thing. Don't be blind. And people will choose what's best for them, not necessarily what's best for you.
Hmm. Yeah, and so you just give them permission. They can do them,
Yeah.
and you do you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it's interesting that what you were saying about checking the source and saying, is this true? Because that's actually what helps us avoid making assumptions, right?
Mm.
Because an
Yes.
assumption says, I know this to be this way, it's going to go this way. Well, is it true?
Yeah.
Is that based on oh, well, last year at this time, this is how it all took place, so therefore it's going to happen the same way? Well, maybe not.
Well, you're a different person. You're going to react differently. Everyone's going to think things differently. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
so I like that thing, what you just said though too, is that we still do need to be aware of other people's intentions, because that actually invites us into a space of being responsible for our own boundaries. So if I know, like for instance, before we hit record, we were talking about the headlines, news headlines. I never watch the news.
I know. We're like,
Now,
huh?
now, other people around me, I may know somebody that's really, really into digesting all the news and wants to get into percolating it and taking it apart and doing. Somebody that I know does a lot of what she calls doom scrolling, and then
Mm.
wants to tell you all about it.
Even just that word, oh, I'm doom scrolling.
I
Can you just
know.
reframe it? Can you just say, oh, I'm checking up on reality? That's not reality. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but like the whole word, oh, I'm doom scrolling. The moment you say I'm doom scrolling, you're already saying, um, you're
That
already
it's
saying
dark and
that,
dismal
that
and yeah,
yeah, this is not going to put me. This is not going to lift my soul. This is
yeah,
going to drain me, and it's going to, you know, impregnate me with negative thoughts.
yep, yep. And so this is what we were talking about, you and I, was that um, I will hold space for somebody that wants to do that, but I need to be very mindful of my own boundaries, because
Mm,
that doom stuff is not coming into my energetic bubble,
mm,
right? So that to me is about being responsible for, no, my energy is my energy. And that is such an important piece here to lighten your heart and lift your soul, is regardless of what's happening in the news or in the political arenas, we still can come back into our own heart and lift our energy and even envisage the entire world being engulfed with loving light.
mm.
That's what I do, things like that. Instead of watching the news, that's what I'm going to do,
I
right?
actually haven't put the light around people for a while. Actually, when you said that, I went, oh, I haven't done that for a while. Right, put that one in my little kit. Uh, yeah, I think when when I talk about people, I don't believe people are a-holes to us to be a-holes. I think they just sometimes think they're doing I generally just believe we're all
We are all
quotation
doing the best we can.
with what we've got. And yes,
Yeah.
if you poke somebody, they're going to poke back, and sometimes their poke is more heavier than yours, but
Mhm.
when we're maybe not, but when we talk about this, watching people and their intentions, and I think about this, whatever they're doing, you're just going to ask yourself, is this mine to hold? Is this mine? Is this somebody else's? Is this um is this mine, or are they just offload? Like, just watch what you grab when they throw that ball at you. That
Yeah.
you're not attaching to it and carrying it and putting it in your pocket going, now I got to worry about them. Does that,
Yeah. You don't
like,
you don't want to allow you don't want to be Velcro to somebody else's stuff. Because,
yeah,
right? You know what
yeah.
Velcro, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Velcro's the one that rips when you have it raw skin.
Oh, but you know what I mean? Because sometimes if
Yeah,
we're not doing our own self-care, we can be a little bit vulnerable to
yeah.
picking other energies up. Like, so if somebody's having a tantrum or yelling, or if we're not really filling our own cup and looking after our own heart and lifting our own soul, we can sometimes take it on,
Mm,
inadvertently even.
mm,
So that to me is an invitation. So if I start feeling myself getting zapped or tapped into some kind of um, depletion or negativity, it's kind of like, oops, wait.
mm.
I need to attend to my own self-care a wee bit here, or put a bubble of protection around me.
Yeah, and I think my partner and I had an opportunity to go to something yesterday. It was pretty cool. We would have gone to, and we would have celebrated some stuff with a friend, and we were both so depleted with
Mm,
just we were down, and I was like, I don't want to go, and she was like, I want to go, but I don't want to go. Like, I don't know if I can lift my. And I'm like, let's just not. And it
right.
felt, as much as it felt at the time like a betrayal to the girl we declined, but it also felt actually, right, it felt wholesome for us because we were both in that same,
Depleted. Yeah.
yeah, we were just
Yeah.
just that low vibe, and it's like, I don't want to go. I don't want to, I don't think I can shift this and put on a false persona just for a party, you know. And we're better to do something separate when we're ready and go, take her out for lunch or something, or do something that was more in alignment with us. And I think being able to speak up and say those things is so important, and that will lighten your heart. Even though we felt sick about doing it, even though we felt sick, but we started going, you know what? Nobody wants to see us like this. We're both, we don't want to put it away. And then when we come back, and it would have been a 2 hour drive there and a 2 hour drive back. And then, the whole, ugh, just would have been too much, too
No, and
much.
that's such a wise thing to do, because if you're already feeling depleted, doing a 4 hours driving, you're gonna be like on your knees,
Well, that's
depleted.
it. 2 hours driving there and then game on, and
Yeah,
then 2 hours
yeah.
back. Like, no.
But you see, that's such a perfect example of lightening your heart and lifting your soul.
Mm,
Because if you'd have said, no, 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 we need to go, that's people pleasing,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And people pleasing is not going to help you lighten your heart and lift your soul.
No, but people don't want to see that if they hear that you've had a funk day and you've had to force yourself there and all that, be like, oh my God, I'd
Yeah.
hate it. I would hate it.
I wouldn't, yeah, that would be such a dishonoring. It's a
Yeah,
dishonoring. Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
I guess the other thing, we talk about the people, we're talking about watching the people around you and their intentions and that, you know, be okay with actually sharing that with your partner. Because I had to say to her, I just don't want to go.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit, and she's like, oh, I've
Thank
got too much
gosh.
on. Oh my God, I don't either. I just don't want to, I'm not even in the mood to, I'm like,
Mm,
oh, thank goodness. But I had no idea. She had no
right.
idea. If we hadn't have actually had that conversation, we both would have gone. So I think it's, say it as soon as it starts to feel it, speak and be honest with that person, and just, it could have gone differently. She could have said, well, I'm going, and it could have caused whatever, but we were both in that space. So I guess that sort of helped. But if one wants to go and one doesn't, this is where that respect to yourself and to the other person, this is the only way you're going to
Mhm.
lighten your heart and lift your soul. But it's the only way is actually to speak, because if you're leaving it internally in your head, it's just going to go round and round and round and round and round. That's not going to be healthy.
No, but this is making me remember this is long, long time ago. My husband and I went through a whole phase, and I think it's got to be 4 different beds that we'd bought.
Oh, really?
Yes, because the thing of it was was that we have very different tastes in what,
Oh, yeah.
like I like soft bed
Oh,
and he liked more rigid.
that's us. I'm a princess bed, and my partner, she's like, I like a hard bed. I'm like, "Ugh."
Well, you see what would happen though, and this is actually the ultimate piece on it, was that each of those 4 beds were not right for either of us. And it was because I would lie on a bed and I'm like, it's not as soft as I want it, but it's kind of halfway between the soft and the hard, and so maybe he'll like it. And turned out this got unpacked each time after the fact. He's like, oh, I said yes to this one because I thought it would be okay for you.
Oh my God.
And then we even got one of the beds were those ones that was select your own.
Yep.
And because it was an air bladders, and so you had a dial on it that you could inflate or deflate.
Yep.
But what was terrible about that one was he snored, and so it reverberated. It was like having a loudspeaker in my ear with a snore. That one didn't work.
That's not lightening your heart.
Nope. No, but and we ended up laughing about it and just really needing to own, no, this
That-
isn't right for me.
This
As
open
opposed, yeah,
conversation.
yeah, it had to be a, no, this isn't right for me, and not me saying, oh, it's not quite right for me, but this, I think he'll like it. So
Yeah.
this is the reason I'm bringing this story into this. It's about speaking your truth
Mm.
and not sort of diluting it or interpreting what the other person needs or wants or what's right or not right.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what I mean?
also how you say it is the thing. It's not often what you say, it's how you say it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, for sure.
I laugh with that one. So when you're going to lighten your heart, you're going to speak with love and heartfelt words.
Yes.
Not it's how it's said. It's not necessarily the words, but it's going to speak with that energy, that beautiful energy.
Yeah, you come with it with loving kindness.
Yeah.
Even no, coming from, so if you're saying no, I'm not going to do that. No, that doesn't work for me. No, that's not right for me. That can be done with loving kindness.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? But and that's how come, and I've got my hand on my heart already.
Surprise.
But that is, if you know that you need to speak something that you think the other person might not like this, okay, come into your body, put your hand on your heart if that helps, and take a nice deep breath and say, no, honey, this just really doesn't work for me. Right?
Yeah, and I believe people respond to that. If you're going to speak like that, I would
Yeah.
respond like that. Whereas if you go, yeah, we're not even going down that path. Yeah, if you even do the opposite, they're going to feel that. They're going to feel that, and there's going to be contraction, restriction. It's going to be tight. It's going to
Yeah.
be hard to turn. But if you do, honey, this just doesn't work for me, or this, I just don't feel right doing this. Anything, but you generally speak from your heart.
Yep.
You have a win. I know when I make decisions in my head, it can be swipe left, swipe right. But when I'm speaking from my heart,
Mhm.
it doesn't matter if it's left or right. It just flows. And I think that
100%.
when our head and heart align, that's where we get the biggest results.
And we get the clarity.
You're listening to Deliciously Motivated Mindset with Deborah and Moira, here to help listeners unlock their full potential so they can thrive, not just survive. They've shared some very powerful insights so far, so it's time to take a moment to breathe, reflect, and jot down any key takeaways. What's one piece of advice that stands out to apply right away? Before wrapping up, Deborah and Moira would love to hear from everyone. Reach out with thoughts, questions, or feedback, and drop your favorite tip from today's episode. They're inspired to see how listeners are putting these insights into practice. Let's dive back in and finish strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then because the other part that I was thinking about as you were describing that is that we don't need to explain it. We
Mm.
don't need to go, no, honey, this doesn't work for me, and it's because of this and 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 this. Right?
No, it's
It's just no, I'm this by you're the boss of you, and you owning what is right and in alignment with you actually informs people around you, but it gives them permission to do the same.
yeah.
Where when we try and explain and justify and right
Overcomplicate.
overcomplicate completely.
It's just when we try and overcomplicate, it
Yeah,
works.
we're trying to get approval.
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah.
what actually saying about that is there's been a whole spat of Facebook memes that I've been seeing over and over and over again. I guess I was like, I guess the universe is just giving me this wee message is accept the fact that you're not everybody's cup of tea. That's
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I'm not everybody's cup of tea. So therefore I can fill my own cup and I will surround myself with the people that do get me that are my cup of tea, or I'm the vice versa. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's a real vital one, is being okay that you're not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah.
And I don't, as much as I don't want to bring in Trump, I just bring in Trump.
Whoops. There we go.
You know, and so not because we're talking about how to lighten your heart and lift your soul. He's not everyone's cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we look at our prime ministers or we look at those people, then they may not be your cup of tea. But there's also that what works for you in this situation. So instead of going, this is doom, this is doom, this is doom, what is it? Where is the light in this situation? And if we're looking at learning to lighten our heart, we're looking for the light. We look for the light in the dark situations. We look for the blessings in the crisis. We look for the gratitude in the non-gratitude situations until we can see them. And that changes. Everything can change with just one thought.
100%. And I think we want to put that. I was just writing gratitude down and you said it.
Oh, yeah.
But gratitude and thankfulness, maybe that's what you need if you put on, go check out Facebook and there's people complaining or negativity, or you see the headlines or you hear people talking about the headlines. Pause. That's, to me, that's an invitation to pause, come into your own heart space, and remember in this very moment, there is something that you can have gratitude for. Even if it is just, I can feel my hand on my heart.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take a deep breath. And here I am, and here's the sun shining, and right, it's always there.
And that's the stuff, being present again, going back to clarity, because then the rest of your day unfolds, or the rest of your moment reading Facebook changes, or whatever changes, because you have got present, you are thankful, you're sitting in your beautiful snow globe of glitter.
Of glitter.
Purple glitter. But you're sitting, you're amongst that beautifulfulness over the heaviness. And that's already changed your day just by going, what am I thankful for right here, right now?
Yeah, right. So it changes your state, but it's also a choice. You get to choose it. And that in itself helps us be accountable to us, for us, and be responsible. That is such a huge boost to lightening our heart, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. 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 When I think about lightening your heart and lifting your soul, I know Moira and I talk about my glitter bomb, and Moira has a self-soothing kit. But it's to do something that just makes you feel right at that moment. And gratitude and thankfulness is my go-to. 100% is that. But it can also be just getting present, just moving, like moving outside, going, because I work in I that was a very good one, Deb. I work at a desk. I'm in a sedentary job. It is a desk, and my only movement is going and walking around the garden and going to the kitchen and going to the toilet. Like that's pretty much where I go from.
That's
Those
how
things.
you get your steps in a day.
Yeah. And that's it. So moving your body is another one to lighten your heart and lift your soul. And whether that is just walk to the letterbox and back, whether it's going and have a walk around your garden, whether that's, going somewhere to the end of the street and back, just actually moving your body, if you're safe, if you can move and it's not snowing, Moira, any of those things wherever you are, but just move your body, just do something, stretch to the top of the skies and stretch down, because when you're moving your body, you're feeling in a different way. You're feeling away from, I'm going to say away from your head, but your body's, because clearly your head still's feeling it, but it's going away from your head overthinking. You're going into your body, you can feel it in your body. And I think that's a great way to lift your soul, even if you're not an exercise freak.
I'm not an exercise freak, but I regularly move my body.
Yeah. But I mean, even moving your body makes you just go, yeah, I feel light. I feel light. It's that for me, it does. For me, it does.
Just the other day, I was part of a healing group class thing, and this person usually gets us into move your body, move your spine, roll your shoulders. But this time she chose something very different. She just literally said, put your attention on your feet.
Oh.
Put your attention on your feet. And on the soles of our feet, we have portals or chakras, and on the soles of our feet. So she was saying, intend that they are opening up and you're putting root down into Earth's core.
Oh.
And as soon as she said that, I could feel all this warmth in my feet. And that then kind of worked its way right up my legs, my entire torso. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So even sitting at your desk, just put your attention on your feet with the idea that you're opening those portals or those chakras and you're sending roots down into the earth. That's such a beautiful grounding, land in your body moment that really, like I said, that I could feel that surge of warmth and energy throughout from head to toe.
It does. But it's instant. It's
Yeah,
instant.
it was.
And
is.
And when it was and is. And when we're getting to this place, we want instant.
Yes.
That's where we're going. We're looking for, we want right now, not an hour down the track. I want to know I want it now. I want this to lighten right now. I can't wait for an hour.
But that's what when we were talking about, you brought it into this conversation about the glitter bomb or the self-soothing kit. It's always things that are right here, right now. Because if it's I have to go and set up something or prepare something, it's not going to happen.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
It's already doom. You're already doom scrolling.
Kind of. And you're part of the thing that we're doing with this is we're calming our nervous system. And if
we're not adding to it.
That's right. Precisely. Because if we have to go, oh gosh, which order do these steps go in, or what am I supposed to say a mantra? Am I supposed to do a specific? No, that's gonna, like you say, that's ramping it up again.
Yeah, that's and you're just gonna go, oh no, I've got black socks, not my purple socks. Well, I can't do it. I need to find my purple socks. Where are my purple socks? And it's just gonna overthink, and it definitely does. It definitely goes into that crazy thinking again.
Yep.
Crazy thinking. Yeah. We're down that path. Yeah. I've got so many more to talk about on here, but I've looked at the time because this is just such a beautiful one. And I think we can, no matter where you are, if you're having a great day or not a great day, these strategies we've given you are literally just that. They are there to help you lighten your heart and lift your soul. Now, even if you're going, I'm having an exceptional day, I've got a 10 out of 10 day, guess what? It can be better. So take it to 11. So these tips, we're not, these strategies we're giving you is not when you're feeling heavy. They're just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to walk along here and put my hand on my heart. I'm going to up level me. Even though I'm a 10, I'm going to go to 11. I'm going to look at people and put my hand on my heart and smile. You don't have to be in a funk to do them, is what I'm trying to
No,
say.
but something else, I know we're going to go and do a recap, but something else that I think is so important is if you are at a 10 out of 10, that's the best time to be checking out these techniques, because you may not have heard some of them if you were really in a funk. This is the time to go, oh, I like that idea. Hold on to it, make a wee note of it.
Yeah.
Right? Because then that can be added into your own kit.
Yep.
Yep.
Totally agree. Well, listeners, I love this, but we have to wrap it up right now. And we are wrapping it up with, just got my little notes here. Oh my God. Okay, so when we started, grab your note-taking device, listeners, because we're going to go there, and good luck trying to keep the notes from the first 10 minutes of our podcast. Because I look and there's arrows here and there's bubbles there, and I'm like, okay. So I'll start with the simple one.
Okay, you go for it.
And then, which is, go back and listen to Moira's Heart Coherent. Moira's Heart Coherent at the start is a grounding, present feeling. Now, she is going to talk about hand on heart and all the we've got all these bubbles. There, you do. You go the next one, Moira.
So from the heart coherence, we did talk about putting your hand on your heart. And Deb had said this about, by doing that, it allows you to get into presence. And when we are in the present moment, clarity comes. Oh, that, and right there, just that creates that lightness of heart.
Yeah.
Right?
That's it. Yeah.
Yep. That's
yeah.
it. That's it. Podcast done.
Okay. That's it. Easy as that. And we sum it up with put your feet on the ground and feel the ground and the roots.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the one. I have
Do you want me to talk about trust?
Yeah, you do trust. I've got trust. I don't have to see the next step, which I've got a sad face beside. Just for the record on my own.
Oh, right, because that's it. That was, you were like, what? I'm supposed to see the whole path. No, I had said about trust that as spiritual beings, we were never going to see the whole path ahead of us. We were going to see the next step. And so that's where trust comes, is, okay, I don't have to discern or figure out the whole path. I see this next step. And you know that once you take that next step, then clarity keeps coming. But you stay present to, this is the step right in front of me right now. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. I've got that. So the next one is what can you control?
Yes.
And what can't you control? Okay, Phil, we're up to something.
Yeah, and you're on track.
And when as I was looking at all my bullet point notes that are everywhere, I wrote down replace control to curiosity.
I like that.
Yeah, because I was just going and I was like, why did I put curiosity there? I'm like, must have had an insight 30 minutes ago. But anyway, when you replace that control to curiosity, you go into for me, you know,
it's
like
a lightness.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun. It's a bit like, oh, let's go and have a look at this. What does this mean?
Yeah.
You know, and when we can do that, because you can't control everything. You can only control your emotions, decisions, and actions.
Yeah.
And change that control into your curiosity, and you're just like, oh, this is a little bit of wonderment.
Yeah, there you go. Wonderment. I like that word.
Use that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From that one, we talked about surrender, about surrendering and letting attachment go. So stop. That's when I said that we make plans and God laughs.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, and that's when we were talking about, sometimes we can get ourselves so discombobulated and convoluted about how something's going to take so long to do, and it's going to be such a horrible experience, and then it's not. That task that you thought was going to take you 4 hours actually ended up just taking 10 minutes. Right?
Far out. How many times has that happened to people? How many times have we all done that?
I know I've done it.
Yeah, definitely. the next one I have is you are the boss of you. And I think that's where I went on a whole rampage of talking and talking and talking, and then went, just sum it up, you are the boss of you. And that was, you get to make your own decisions in your own time.
Yeah, you actually started that one off by saying don't take things personally.
Oh, I've got that one underneath it. There we
Oh,
go.
do you? No, that one came out from you're the boss of you, so don't take things personally.
Okay, I have that. There's the next one. Don't take things personally. And you are the boss of you. And the
Yep.
4 agreements. There we go.
Yeah.
So,
The next one I have is when we were talking about that idea of, are you a glass half empty or a glass half full type of person? And that's when I joked because it was a story that Deb told maybe even last year.
it was a
But
while ago. It was a
yeah, it
while
was a
ago.
long
And I
time
remember,
ago, but it just tickled me. It was like the person says, who cares if it's half empty or half full? There's a water jug right there, I can fill up.
I remember it clearly, and I was just like, oh my God, that's
That's
so
just
logical.
so
How does
easy.
yeah,
But
do it.
that's when you said that, but the piece that you added in here, which I thought was really important, is to check the source. Where did that idea come from? Is it true? And that's when I said too that helps you not make assumptions, right?
Mm.
Which is also one of the 4 agreements,
Or agree with you.
right? Yeah. Is this true? Is this really, really true? That's from Byron Katie's The Work. Is this
Okay.
true? Is this really, really true?
I know often that second one, yeah, it's true. Is it really, really true?
Uh,
Ah, yeah.
yep.
The next one I have down here, which goes into a gazillion little things, is watching people and their intentions. So
Mhm.
ensure that you have, I'm going to say, the right people around. Ensure that you have the people around, but watch other people's intentions for what they say, they do, their actions. Not that you need to be a detective, but just when people say, oh, you should do this, or you have to do this, or you need to listen to this person, just watch their intentions, because their intentions are they want the best for them. They also may want the best for you, and they probably think they are, but you just have to watch their intentions. And I'm also just going to add another one in here, so I'm just in a spiel of my voice, is Debs and Moira
Mm-hmm.
with over 80 years experience. I have to say that part, which
Yep.
we haven't said for a while, but
We
over
haven't
80
said
years
that for a while.
experience, no, between us both. And our intentions are to lighten your heart and lift your soul with
Absolutely.
whatever way that is. So that is our intention. Other people may have their own intentions because they have their own stories attached to it. And
Yep.
this is our life way of being,
Mm-hmm.
is to help people lighten our heart and lift their souls.
Yep.
That's actually just exactly you and I.
It is.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
But the other part that I had added into when we were talking about that, about being aware of others' attentions, was to sometimes it means having boundaries in place. That if you know somebody's got the propensity to be like a negative Nancy or whatever, sorry if your name's Nancy.
Yeah. Well, Debbie Downer, there you go. I'll take that one.
That because I said that I know some people that are like that, and I will hold space for them, but I will be sitting in my own protective bubble of my snow globe energy or something like that, of that nature, right? That's
100%.
what I mean by boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I've got here is release what's not yours to carry.
Yeah.
So, is this mine to hold? Is their emotion mine? Is their actions mine? Or is this actually mine? And the moment you do that is, well, actually, the moment you put down something that's not yours, you're instantly lighter already. That's just an instant. No, that's not mine. That's theirs.
Yeah.
And that's it. You've released it straight away.
Yeah. The wee piece
Don't carry other people's wood.
right. But the wee piece that I added in there was to be mindful of your own self-care, because if you're feeling depleted, like this is the story that you said about you and your partner not going
Yeah.
to the event yesterday, is that it's about knowing that if we're feeling depleted or down, that we may take on stuff that's not really ours to carry. And so sometimes if you start feeling that, oh gosh, no, I'm just feeling a wee bit, I gotta look after my tender heart or something of that nature, then it's kind of like, no, I'm just gonna retreat for a little bit, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
From this, there was quite a few that sort of came out because I've got speak up, say
Mhm.
no, have
Mhm.
open conversations.
Yes.
Then I've got loving kindness and careful how you say it, Deborah. I actually wrote my name down there. Careful how you say it, Deborah.
Careful how you say it.
Yeah. I think that might have been a my because I don't think Moira would say it differently. It's careful how you say it, Deborah.
Well, that's when
But
I was saying that if you have to say no to somebody, you can just put your hand on your heart and say, no, this doesn't work for me, honey.
yeah,
That's it.
hand on heart when speaking. And what I wrote underneath it is gentle honesty lightens the heart instantly.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
Gentle honesty lightens the heart instantly.
that's
And
beautiful.
that's
Lightening your heart and lifting your soul.
I know. I was like, oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Aren't you? Aren't you sweet? Uh, the next one I have is to be okay with not being everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah.
You are okay as you are. Show up as you are. And it's okay if you're not everybody's cup of tea. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Sometimes that's the
I know
process.
I'm not. I know I'm not. I know when I'm liked and not liked. It's okay.
It's
And
okay.
we know that the people who listen here are curious and they want shifts. So thank you for liking us.
Yes, yes. But you know that as we're talking about this now, it just makes me think don't take things personally. If we
Yeah.
know that we are not everybody's cup of tea, that when somebody turns their face or kind of goes, oh, I'm not listening to you, or I don't like that, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's not about you, right?
Yeah. In fact, we were talking about that beforehand, and you and I had a conversation. I said, what about saying this, and you went, I don't think she's going to hear that. And then I was like,
Yes.
"Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
You're right. She likes me, but she's just not going to like me that way when I get that information. So we'll just keep it the other way.
We'll just
And I
leave it
think,
that way. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's another reminder as well. Yeah. What I have here is gratitude and thankfulness,
Hmm.
and that is finding the light in the dark and seeing the sparkle. People say find the light in the dark, but it's just shifting. The moment you can go, what am I thankful for this situation? What am I experiencing that's actually making me smile? What is this? What am I learning from this? What are the blessings? What's the gratitude here? Anything like that instantly pulls you back to gratitude, and that instantly lightens your heart and lifts your soul. Now, one gratitude moment can change that. But if you did 10, which is a number between 9 and 11, if you don't know my accent, you did 10 of
10.
the 10 gratitudes to what you're feeling right now,
Yeah,
that will shift your mood instantly. The more you do, the more it's going to be a deeper result.
most
But
definitely.
be thankful for what you have right now
Hmm.
that's right here in front of you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Such an important one. Such a big one too.
Yeah.
The last one I have is you talked about our glitter bomb, your glitter bomb, my self-soothing kit. You talked about moving your body and
Mm,
we really encourage you to find the things that you can do right here, right now. And that's when I talked to you about take your attention to your feet right now. Do it with me now. Put
yeah.
your attention on your feet with the idea that you're opening the portals in the soles of your feet. It's the arch of your feet have these chakras that you can intend, pretend, visualize. You're dropping roots down into the earth's core. And once you do that, like even talking you through it right now, I can feel it. There's this
I can
warmth.
I can
You
feel it in
can,
my
Dev can
yeah.
feel it too. You feel this warmth, and then you allow it to come up and wash all the way up and fill your body
Mm.
tip to toe. Such a beautiful, so fast, so fast. Just change your state right there, right?
Just I know when you started talking, I went, oh, and I moved my foot because one foot was on top of the other, and I moved them to the ground, and I went, oh, I can feel this beautiful energy coming through.
Yeah.
And that's how I think that's a reminder. The strategies we give you, they're long-term answers for you, definitely, but I'm going to say short-term fixes. They're not short-term fixes. Well, they are, but they're actually long-term. They give long-term. How do I say? It's
They're
instant.
tips that they're instant. You can access the wisdom, the support, the lightness of your heart, the lifting your soul, it's instantaneous, but
Yeah.
it's long-term, long-reaching because you keep coming back to it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's actually what informs us or kind of inspires us to have these conversations, because there's no one tip that will suit every kind of discombobulation or challenge or chaos that we experience, right?
Hand on
so-
heart. But yeah.
Well, hand on heart, yes.
So that's
Absolutely.
my one. That
is the one.
I'm like,
That's the
hang on,
constant.
that is the one constant. So we'll just, but it is those things. Have we got a yogi tea bag?
Oh, yes, we do. We do have
Because I didn't even want to finish this. Learn to lighten your heart and lift your soul. But okay, we'll finish. We'll go to the yogi tea bag.
the yogi tea bag is really beautiful. It's the universe is within you, bright and beautiful.
Oh,
See, you've got a lightening your heart and lifting your soul reminds you that the universe is within you, bright and beautiful.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I like that one. I like all of them. I like
I
the
know,
yogi
I like
tea bag.
all of them. I have them in a wee dish sitting on underneath my computer screen right here.
I'm like, oh, what have I got today? Oh, what have I got today?
Yeah.
But listeners, thank you for today. Thank you. I'm going to ask just the one question. Just the one question. What would become lighter in your life if you stopped trying to carry everything alone?
Ooh.
If you learn to lighten your heart and lift your soul, what would become lighter in your life if you stopped trying to carry everything alone?
I like that one.
I know. And then I want you to actually put it in the chat. Let us know and let us know what that is, because we are curious. We're curious about this, and just to know that you can actually do this. It's you committing, by you putting this down, it's you committing to, yes, universe, this is exactly me. This is going to lighten my load.
I love it.
Lighten my life. Yeah.
I love it.
Well,
hey, listen, before you do the final wrap up, another yogi tea bag fell out, and I thought I have to share this one because it says the heart sees deeper than the eye.
Oh.
The heart sees deeper than the eye.
Oh, you know what? That's got tears in my eyes.
I know, it did to me too. That's why I thought, oh, I have to bring that into this conversation.
Well, there you go. That's
Yeah.
as we start with the hand on heart, we're finishing with our hand on our heart, and we're learning to lighten your heart and lift your soul.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listeners, thank you very much for today. I trust you got some golden nuggets from us both, and you will hear from us next week on our newly released episode. Other than that, if you can't wait till next week, go back and listen to any of our others, and then
we have like 300 and something there.
Yeah, we've got a heap. We've got a heap, and
We
you'll
do.
laugh, and you'll know exactly what's going on in our life, how we talk differently over the years we've done this.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you, listeners. Thank you, Moira. Thank you, Internet.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Internet. Thank you, dear Deb. Thank you, listeners. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning into Deliciously Motivated Mindset with Deborah and Moira, where the mission is to help listeners unlock their full potential and thrive, not just survive. As the episode comes to a close, they trust you've gained some powerful insights. If you haven't already, take a moment to reflect on one key takeaway that you'll apply right away. Before we wrap things up, Deborah and Moira would love to hear from you. Reach out with thoughts, questions, or feedback and drop your favorite tip from today's episode. They're inspired to see how you're putting your insights into action. Thanks for listening, and remember to keep thriving.